Hey there, I am Lisa the Love Coach. I'm so glad you found my channel and my video, and I'm going to serve you up something juicy right now. It is about viewer mail. People write to me, they see me online, they see me on social media, and they write to me. And this guy, 29 years old, his name, we will call him Scott. And he writes me because he has his life together. He's 29, this guy. And he has it all together. He owns his condo. He's successful in his sales business. He writes to me, and I'm going to share with you what Scott says because I believe that this is what many men are going through. And I want to share it because I have an answer for Scott, and I'm going to share that for you too. This is something that came my way today, and I said, oh my God, I have to do a video about this in my new digs, my new office. I hope you like it. And so let's jump into it, shall we? Here we go. So Scott says to me, he found me on YouTube. Amazing. And he says to me, I'm having a hard time meeting women I want to build a relationship with. I'm still going on 3 to 4 dates a month, but I'm not really meeting women who are compatible for a long-term relationship or marriage. The hardest thing is finding women who want to contribute to the relationship. My last few 2 to 3 month relationships fizzled because she didn't want to contribute any value to the relationship. And then the other one, he ended because she was still showing me too many signs of irresponsibility with her life. He said that up until about a year and a half ago, his job had him traveling 80 to 90% of his time. This dude is on point, professional, but he was traveling a lot for business. So he realized that it was always really hard to date seriously because naturally, when you're traveling around, you're not in one place for any time to build that consistency and trust with another person. So he recognized that. So it was hard to date seriously, and most women didn't like that, or he wasn't really around for more than 3 or 4 days at a time. And he says that he's really only been dating with purpose since settling in one city full time. Okay, so here's a guy, he's 29 years old. He's doing well in his career. He settles in one city and is now like, okay, I want to meet possibly the mother of my children, the woman that is going to be by my side in life. Okay, let's keep going. Right now, he says, it goes one of two ways. Either younger women who need rescuing or older women that have emotional baggage that I don't want to deal with. I don't need a woman to make a lot of money, but I do want them to be living as an adult. This is huge. I've been attracting women in their 20s who are still living at home, and a lot of them still talk and think like teenagers. On the other side, I also attract a lot of older women, late 30s, who can take their past hurts out on me, he says. I would like someone who can leave whatever past partners did to them aside and out of it whenever we have a conflict. We're going to jump into so many things. Oh my God, this is so juicy. So in this assessment, this is an assessment that you can take. You can go to lovequestcoaching.com. That's my website. There's going to be a link down below in the description. And it asks you specific questions so that we can get you the help that you're looking for, that you're probably searching on YouTube for. And this guy did it. So in it, you get to ask 3 questions that you want answers to regarding your love life. So he asks this: what traits will help me better give off the energy to attract a woman who's ready to be a wife? I love this personal responsibility, this dude. 29 years old, and he's like, tell me what I need to do. Taking responsibility. What must I do to put out an energy that attracts wife material women? Phenomenal question. Good for this man. This is man, 29 years old, more mature than men my age. I'm 52. Ridiculous what's out there. But good for this kid. I call him a kid because he's 29. I'm 52. But I love what he's saying to me. Personal responsibility is everything. You want to be an empowered individual, manifesting your life, deciding on what it is you want, and then getting a way to make it happen. First thing, personal responsibility. What is your mindset like? Okay. So he says, question 2, I'm doing a lot of self-work and I've built a great foundation to build a life on, but I have yet to see results in my dating life. This is common. Keep doing the self-work. Keep doing things to benefit yourself, to fulfill yourself, to create an amazing, awesome life. Whether you're in it by yourself or somebody with you, does not matter. Live amazing and you will attract amazing. His question, how do I stop attracting women who need rescue? I keep attracting women who are either recovering from abuse or who never launched and live with their parents still. What self-work should I be focused on to be able to be ready if I do meet my ideal partner? Oh my God. No, this guy is husband material 100%. What other than financial stability, treating her well, and being a protector do I need to be the best partner for that woman? Honey, what you're showing me right here, on point, Scott, on point. You're very clear about what you have to offer and you're very clear about what you want in a partner. Your thing is, Scott's little thingy that's tripping him up, that happens to most people, is a lack of belief and even a knowingness that his ideal woman exists and the ability to call her in and to use some dating tactics that save time and money. And I'm going to get into this. I do get into this with my clients, but I had to share this letter with you guys because this is what's happening in the dating marketplace right now. And I help people, high quality people who have clear vision for what they want in their lives, people who are waking up in the morning with a purpose, career, travel, beautiful home, ambitions, right? They want good things for themselves and they are making it happen. They're doing the right things, as our friend Scott is. He's asking all the right questions. Ideal relationship, he says, I'm just looking for someone to share my peace with. I've worked hard and I've gotten to a point where my life is very easy and stress-free. I don't like dealing with drama or unnecessary stresses in my life, and I would like someone who can go with the flow and enjoy life as it comes. Go with the flow and enjoy life. What he is describing here is a feminine woman. He wants a feminine, peaceful, harmonious, chill woman. This is what these types of men, this is what they want. This is how they get the nice big house and the office and the nice life and like chill. Not chill, not like everything's going to be perfect. You're going to have, life throws you struggle to see what you're made of, to teach you, right? It's not going to be like this easy breezy thing. But as Scott says here, his life is stress-free. He's already chill with himself. And he has this amazing life that he could share with somebody great. But he's not finding the great. He's finding these little girls who he perfectly said have yet launched. They're still, having their laundry done by mommy and their food prepared by mommy and their, car payment made by daddy. These are girls in their mid-20s. Look, I realize that times are tough and economy is tough, but you know what? Figure it out. Get a bunch of roommates. You're a grown-ass woman. Go find some girls to live with. You pay your share, and you start to little by little develop and grow and have your own separateness from your parents. Okay. So Scott says, and this is a problem with a lot of the people who work a lot, this is the common problem. The biggest thing is that I don't go out enough and I don't meet enough people. Everything you want is in other people. I'm going through this right now. See, me and husband, we moved to a new town. We have to make all new friends. We have to make all new friends. So I feel you, Scott, honey, I feel you on that. When you're working, setting up your life, you kind of can get into this routine into this, hamster wheel existence where you wake up, you work, you live your life, and you're in, like husband and I, we're like in our little bubble, right? But in order for me to thrive in my business and to, have a fun-filled life, you can't be siloed and, hermit land. You have to connect with other people and have community and tribe and, and really you don't need a whole lot of people. All you need is like a solid, 4 people in your circles that are really like core. And then from there, they have people they know. And then you're like, oh, I'm going out with these people. I'm going out with these. Building that up brings fulfillment. Good people in your life. Opportunities come from, the people that you surround yourself with. So I wrote him back. Okay, wait, no, there's more. His longest relationship was 8 months. And he was doing it during his sales job and traveling, and he wasn't fulfilled in this relationship because it wasn't consistent enough. So his goals, it's, he wants to build a passive income stream enough to support his living expenses. And he already has a condo that he has paid off. Like, this kid is on point. He's on point. So socially, I'm trying to make the adjustment to be able to fit in to a higher end social circle. So this is all, he includes a lot more about, who he wants to socialize with and whatever. So I tell him basically that, I could share with you exactly what I wrote. So this way you get a sense of what I give when people do this assessment. You can find it at LoveQuestCoaching.com. It's awesome. It's not a bot or some robot, ridiculous AI. No, it's me. Legit me. You fill out this, I read it, and I, highlight it, highlighter pen, and I get in there and I'm like, all right, let's give Scott some amazing advice and, feedback and insight and ideas that can, help him. So I say to him, hi, Scott. I'm so glad that you found me on YouTube and shared everything you did. I'm actually going to do a video on your letter to me. This is that video. I hope you're watching. It is certainly a common issue and topic affecting high-value men these days. I totally understand your frustration. And I have an expression that I use with my clients, and it says, an eagle cannot fly with the chickens. This kid is an eagle. You're an eagle, Scott. Eagle. And you got to get out of the chicken coop so that you can find this amazing woman who's going to go to the top of the mountain with you. You, my friend, are an eagle looking to soar to greater heights, and this means your entire environment has to level up, as you pointed out in your form. Good for you for having such great awareness. You are a visionary for your life and are living far more maturely than most women your age. The work we can do next to fine-tune your focus so that you can manifest exactly what you want in life starts with getting super specific and focused about the woman you want by your side. I'm a general life coach. So although my focus is on dating and relationships, the positive mindset in one area often impacts the other areas of your life as well. That said, it sounds to me that your ideal woman is a woman, not a girl. She lives on her own, perhaps with roommates, and she's definitely not having her mommy cook her dinner and do her laundry, stuck in the comfort of being a teen, or as I call it, a forever adolescent. We see a lot of this today. I blame generational trauma. Your generation, right? So anybody watching this, if you're in that, you're in your 20s, early 30s, maybe even late 30s, it depends. Your generation, unfortunately, were parented by an older generation who were commonly neglected and somewhat feral. So we see kids who were born in the 90s into around 2010, that whole chunk of kids, stunted in their emotional intelligence and independence because their parents helicopter parented them, smothered them, coddled them, didn't give them the tools to cope, to create, to fly away from the nest and thrive. They're still in the nest. They're still clinging to mommy and daddy. And they blame it on financials. Totally get it. Completely get it. I'm Gen X, and I was saying back then, when I was buying my first house at 30, I was like, dude, they gotta like raise the cost of salaries, because houses are going up and everything else is going up, but salaries are not going up at the same level. And here I am at the time, 30 years old. I was probably making close to $100,000 a year. This is, year 2001. And husband was doing probably the same. And here we are, like, moving into a basic house. And we're like, we're doing all right. Like, one person, we were going to like stash money and the other person would pay for stuff. But the point is, I get it. This economy has been created intentionally to make people immature and still latching onto their parents for too long, and it prevents them from going out and starting their own families and being sovereign and feeling like they can govern their lives. However, there are plenty of people who figured it out and they got out of the matrix and they decided to go into business for themselves at a very young age. This dude here, Scott, good for you. I give you a thumbs up. You figured it out early. You're doing sales, right? So when you know how to sell something and you're good at it, you'll always have a job. Sales is always a thing where you know how to sell something, you'll always have a job. You'll always have income. So problem is, these people went to college, wasted $100,000 on bullshit education on nothing. They didn't study anything that was going to manifest in an actual career. So they end up leaving college, and all they did was an extension of high school, and then they had their brain manipulated in between because the indoctrination in universities is ridiculous. Plus they paid for it. And now they come back home and they have no clue what they're going to do. So their bachelor's degrees in whatever, fluffy, and not able to leave their house. And they're working, like, making coffee at Starbucks, $22 an hour or whatever it is ridiculous they're doing now. And they're pissed off, rightfully so, but they need to do something about it, right? Instead of being pissed off at the establishment, which is a game rigged to screw you, leave it. Create a business. Do something of significance to serve others. And that's where your money comes. You serve other people on a high level and you will always have a great life. And this is what Scott is saying. Scott is like, listen, dude, I'm 29 years old and I paid off my condo and I'm not having it. I'm not dating some chick who is still acting like she's 17 with mommy and daddy paying her way, and her mindset is just coddle me forever. Like, that's not a wife, at least not for Mr. Scott. Mr. Scott's like, no, she doesn't have to be making a ton of money, but at least she's out of her parents' house. Maybe she has 3 girlfriends that she lives with and they rent a house and they each pay. That in itself is giving her the tools to become a wife, right? Like, when mommy isn't around to clean up after you, you're going to either live in squalor and disgusting, or you're going to start to learn how to Google, how do I clean a hardwood floor? How do I disinfect my bathroom? Like, you will start doing these things because you are put in a position on your own where you're going to have to take care of yourself. This is where we have these girls in their 20s becoming influencers online with nutrition and cooking. They started cooking in their family's, old house, whatever, and then they end up turning it into a business. Today with the internet, there's no excuse for why you can't go out there and make money and be profitable in your life and self-reliant and self-serve and in a position even where you can, like, give back to your parents. You can be like, thank you, and here I can help you. I mean, that's the goal, right? So I adore Scott. I want to help Scott. He's incredibly self-aware. I think he just needs to get super specific about the kind of woman he wants, and he needs to put himself in social settings where those types of women are. And so what I included in here to him was that Let's say you, my friend, are one of the millions of outliers out there. You have your life very together for 29 years old, and this makes you attractive to women who need rescuing. I'm sure your experiences have made you wise to this, especially how to quickly spot these types of girls so that you are not wasting time and money on the wrong types of people. I coach people on dating tactics, communication techniques to help them ascertain if a person is of like value, mindset, and morals. So you'll love the way that I coach, Scott, because you're in sales. So a lot of the work that I do, which I learned from former mentor Grant Cardone, sales guru, how to deal with people, how to talk to people, how to speak to people in a way that puts them on a different energy plane, how to get them to open up so that they don't feel like they're being interviewed and judged, but that they're willing to open up to you so that then you can listen, right? People don't do that. People aren't listening to hear all the red flags. When people talk, you can size them up. And people need to be aware of this and know how to do this, and that's what I teach. So I said, your ideal woman will not be in the chicken coop. She is an eagle, just like you. Granted, she's feminine with traditional values and morals. She is not promiscuous. She's not angry, tatted up, and posting her body all over social media. She is a professional, productive, and doesn't have time for drama. Take some time to think about the professions that your ideal person might be in, and where do those people go after work? Where do they go? Maybe it's a happy hour spot, right? I have a client and he met his girlfriend because I encouraged him, go to where the locals go when work is done. Go to a happy hour. Go treat yourself to some dinner. And this is the other thing. A lot of people are very isolated. They don't go out. And then COVID happened and it made everybody even more comfortable with staying inside. My generation, we were outside from the minute the sun came up. We were like, we're going out on our bikes to play. And then you wouldn't see us until the street lamps came on. No cell phones, no nothing. Different time. So a lot of these women who are high value women pursue things that develop them mentally, spiritually, and physically. This is my response to Scott. I have a female client in her early 30s who met a guy after enrolling in jiu-jitsu, and he was in her class. Pursuing things that are of genuine interest to you is the best way to meet people, or at the very least, elevate your energy so that you call in your ideal person. And I help men just like you to get super, super clear about who their ideal woman is so that they can manifest her. It sounds to me like you are ready to date for the purpose of finding a wife and a mother of your future children. You're interested in something much more significant. You want a woman that you can build with, and you don't want to be with a woman in need of rescue. You want a partner, not a project. These high quality, mature women do exist, and you definitely have an opportunity to go where they are. Making changes to your environment, where you go, who your friends are, your activities will start to cultivate a strong social circle, and then you'll attract her. You're very self-aware and you're ready to meet your ideal woman, and she's definitely out there ready to meet a man and is done with the boys who haven't, as so eloquently as you put it, launched. The opportunity that you have now is to get your social life and perhaps another revenue flow, as you said, set up in such a way that it puts you in a more sophisticated, mature environment. I often brainstorm with my clients about where to go to meet people who are more on their level. And I had one guy even start his own meetup group, which is how he then met his own fiance, through his own meetup group that he started. You're definitely taking the right steps and looking to develop yourself as you start to elevate into a new direction in your life. And as a next step to go deeper into all of this and to actually create a dating strategy that will call in the type of woman that you want, I offer a one-on-one session, and then I go into like sharing my link if he wants to do it and all of that. But this is the assessment. So I wanted to do a very thorough video about the Love Life assessment that I offer for free. And also I like to share these things because the things that people write to me are the things that people out there just like you are going through, and you're not alone. and you shouldn't feel bad. And there are a lot of people out there who are searching YouTube. They're looking for people like me, coaches, people who are, older, been through stuff in life, hit rock bottom, built themselves back up again, have like an amazing life, and inspire others to do the same and teach whatever it is that they know so it can shorten the gap, the time frame gap between where you are, where you want to go. Tighten that up. So I hope this video served you well. I hope it, sparked some inspiration in you. There are a lot of men out there who are doing the best they can. They're living well, and they really want a woman who is an adult. And guys are getting a really bad rap. Granted, there are many men out there who are boys. They haven't evolved into being men. This is not that. This kid is 29 years old, has a condo paid for, and he should be very picky about who he's dating. He's calling in a wife. And the dating marketplace that he sees, there aren't many wife material women out there. There are a lot of girls who have yet to launch. So what do you think about this topic? Comment in the comments below. Are you a woman who's in your 20s and you have yet to launch, and you are just kind of floating around in relationships because you don't really have a set standard for the kind of life that you want? Are you an older guy who prefers to date younger women because they have not yet launched? I mean, a lot of times guys might be like, yeah, I'm 40 years old. I'll date some 26-year-old who doesn't have anything, hasn't done anything, because then I can control her. So there's that. So I love that Scott showed hope that there are men out there, 29 years old, still interested in marriage, still interested in leading a family. We need more of this in society. When we have strong men leading strong families, we have a very solid society. When we have households where there's one parent and the parent's dysfunctional and the kids are left alone and everybody's depressed and it's a decay for the society. So that being said, I welcome your letters. You can find me at LoveQuestCoaching.com, and you can do your assessment. And like you notice, I only use first name if I even make up the name. And this way your stuff is always confidential, but I welcome these letters because they really do help other people. And I hope this one helped you too. Thanks so much, and I'll catch you the next time. Bye.